The next looping construct that we'll look at is the while loop. And in this case, the while loop will execute while something is true. So what I want to do is first set up a temporary field called index, and I'll assign it to be equal to the value 0. Then I'll say while index is less than args dot length. So while my index is less than the number of entries in my array. In this case, what I'm going to do is take the args entry of the index value, and by putting a dot there, what this implies is that it will be a string. So what's in args? Strings. So for each one that comes back, I'll get a string. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn everything to lowercase. So here I'm going to say to lowercase. And what I'm going to do is print that. So let me do a system.out.println, and I'm going to put that whole thing inside of my system.out.println. So this will execute first for each string that comes from my array inside the loop. It will convert to lowercase and then print it. So let's see what happens here. I'll save it, and I'll do a run as configurations, run, and I'm caught in a loop. See how it keeps printing here? I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to see, what did I do wrong? Oh, look at that. This will always be true. And it's because I never did anything with index. So the point here is that whenever you're in a while loop, you're responsible for making sure that you can get out of the while loop, meaning you're responsible for seeing that this becomes false. Otherwise, it'll always be true. So now if I increment my index by 1, then it'll go a second time and a third time. At the time that it does a third time, arg's length will be, index will be 3. It'll be no longer less than 3. And it will get out of this loop. Let's run this, save it, and run it, see what happens. And as we see in the console, there's my values as we defined before. There's everything in uppercase, and here's everything in lowercase. So one more time, the while loop, the way that it works is the way the while loops, the way that the while works, it's a tough thing to say, is it's a loop. While whatever's in parentheses is true. If I assigned index as 0, index is less than arg's length. Print it. Add 1 to index. Is index again less than arg's length? Yes, it is. Print it. Add 1 to index. And it just keeps looping through this code here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.